You've got some guest musicians on this album, I noticed. Tell us about them.
We did have a guest with us last time. We had Mel from In the Burial guest vocaled on one of our tracks on the first EP. So it was a sort of a natural thing that we would consider having guests on this album. And one of my philosophies, and I've sort of reiterated this to all our band members, is that recorded music lasts forever. With that in mind, we sort of brought in a few different people to help flesh out what's an incredibly long album and keep it interesting. So we've got our old mate Gregor Pickle guests on a track with another former band member, Jason Vandendriesen from Deluge. So we've actually got 4 former Deluge members in this one spot of one song, which was quite cool. We've got a cello player, Hannah Yates. Sandra Mortis from Alter Defecation pops up in a song. And we've also got a bit of a coup with Rowan London from Virgin Black doing a really incredible vocal performance in one of our songs, Smouldering Black by Heart. And this is the first time he's ever guested on a recording for any band or appeared on anything other than Virgin Black material. So it was a real treat to have him and, have his contribution, and sort of wrote the part for him with that in mind, and just knew that he had to do it. And he's been a big supporter of some of my music work. So, we were really thrilled that he ended up saying yes and contributed what he did. So can't wait for people to hear that one.
Tell us about these video clips you've shot.
Yeah, so obviously we live in a digital age, and I'm a bit of an old fogey when it comes to the music scene and playing live gigs. But we know that the internet is this thing that people spend all of their lives on. So having really cool video clips, or to us cool clips, are important because, well, with a video clip, we can reach more people than we can playing at a little gig in Adelaide, that's for sure. So we did a live clip for the first EP, and then we set our sights high for the first track we released off this album, Waters of Fire, which we filmed about 2 years ago, and that was released April last year, April 2019. We finally got that film clip out. That was a big epic production with about 45 cast and crew, which I pretty much organised myself with my partner, Lauren. She helped me do all the costuming, and, we knocked out all the costumes for that, shields and swords, and fucking hell, it was incredible. I was working on that for about 5 months, We've just released a new one as well, Hunter.
I saw that last night. Very good.
So that's the opening track on the new album. Bit of a shorter clip, Hunter, with just sort of some rougher sort of footage and change of pace compared to the first one, Waters of Fire, which was definitely more cinematic. Yeah, they were both a lot of fun to make. And
what's the plan for a release date with this? Because it's been pushed back a bit already.
We originally were hoping that it was going to be out in the first quarter of this year, and then just because of some final delays, it got delivered to the label a little bit later than was originally planned. So then we got pushed back to May, and then obviously COVID-19 has just sort of hit. That's put all of his release dates back to summer, European summer.
Okay, apart from your good self, who else is in the band?
Yeah, so from the start, Matt Brown and I are sort of like the two main dudes, and I guess you could call it our band because we're the guys that keep the heart beating and all that. So yeah, Brownie's the sort of like the lead guitarist, I suppose. He's a bit of a riff monster. Well, Brody obviously played drums on the album, this album that's coming out soon. But since late last year, we were fortunate enough to have Alan Catman join on drums, as Brody was going to be sort of taking up full-time reins in one of his other bands, and he, playing full-time 3 nights a week, he just wasn't going to be able to do it anymore. We sort of amicably
parted ways.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really a parting of ways so much as that, it just wasn't going to, work anymore in that context. And we brought Alan in. We've known him for a long, long time. He was a big fan of Abstract Delight when we did start, and it was really just fit like a glove that he came in and stepped up to the plate. We also had Simon join us last year as well. Simon Joel Henderson, who's played in quite a few bands in Adelaide here. He also played in Chalice for a while, back maybe 10 years ago. And when Ben decided to step down from playing live with us, it was really just a natural progression to get Simon to slot in, and really with the four of those, or with the two of those guys joining us, so like four guys really feeling, super connected, and the musical connection that's sort of coming with this new lineup is really incredible.
Tell us about the live shows you guys put on, the live look, I guess you could say. Tell us about that. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I just have this thing where I just channel stuff, and something just, like these visions appear, and generally don't overthink that sort of stuff. The detail is just there. It's in front of me, and it's just a matter of siphoning that into to what we end up putting out. I don't know how to explain it any other way than shit just comes to me, and I'm just a vessel for that. And that's sort of part of the look, I suppose. It's part of being a vessel to thoughts, and trying to convey, I wasn't going to say hope, but the light at the end of the tunnel. Our genre can be quite a bleak and depressive place to inhabit, but it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all misery. What I end up singing about is stuff that just comes from those thoughts and those places, and I just channel it into what we put out onto stage. And I guess to try to pinpoint your question a bit better is to say that if I was to go and watch a live band, I want to see something. I don't really want to see, like, for our genre, it's a bit more storytelling. I don't want to go and see some dude just rock up and play in his T-shirt he was just down the street in 5 minutes earlier. But if you just spent that extra 5 minutes, or that 5%, to me it's all about the little 5% of things that just help just really just make things just more engaging. I'm not a go-off in your face singer. I'm really concentrating on the guitar and all the shit I'm doing, and the lyrical delivery and all that sort, and the passion, and trying to put that across, that I'm just sort of standing there doing my thing. So that would be incredibly boring if I just did that in my T-shirt and jeans. Having that extra element of separation as well, I guess to me it's a bit of a security blanket that I can put on this facade, and I can go out and convey something that I would be incredibly anxious about 20 minutes before.
Okay, so we've got this album coming out eventually. How can people get a hold of it?
So we will have the Hunter single being released as a download single, but I'm just waiting for confirmation that that's all been uploaded and all the information's correct. But that will be a pre-release single, but in time it will be available from Tauheim Records and from us, and we've got a Bandcamp and all that stuff set up. So all our merch is available on our Bandcamp page, and you can sort of check out all our material there. We've got T-shirts, and we've got the From Out of the Void is available there direct from us. And the address for that is abstractthelight1.bandcamp.com. But likewise, any of your listeners that want to check it out, they could just search that and that'll come up.
All right, Ben from Abstract the Light, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me today, and best of luck with the new album, which will be out shortly. Keep our fingers crossed. And thanks again for chatting.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And all your listeners, if they want to jump on the Facebook page and hit us a like and check out the new film clip or the old clips, and we'll see you at a gig at some point soon, whenever that shall be.